paper money has had the effect in your state that it will ever have, to ruin commerce, oppress the honest, and open the door to every species of fraud and injustice. To persevere in one's duty, and be silent is the best answer to calumny. The reflection upon my situation and that of this army produces many an uneasy hour when all around me are wrapped in sleep. Few people know the predicament we are in. The turning points of lives are not the great moments. The real crises are often concealed in occurrences so trivial in appearance that they pass unobserved. We should not look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. Every day the increasing weight of years admonishes me more and more that the shade of retirement is as necessary to me as it will be welcome. I have always considered marriage as the most interesting event of one's life, and the foundation of happiness or misery. It is substantially true, that virtue or morality is a necessary spring of popular government. The rule, indeed, extends with more or less force to every species of free government. The great rule of conduct for us, in regard to foreign nations, is, in extending our commercial relations, to have with them as little political connection as possible. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. Let your discourse with men of business be short and comprehensive. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable, procures success to the weak, and esteem to all. A bad war is fought with a good mind. Where are our men of abilities? Why do they not come forth to save their country? To encourage literature and the arts is a duty which every good citizen owes to his country. Experience teaches us that it is much easier to prevent an enemy from posting themselves than it is to dislodge them after they have got possession. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. 99% of failures come from people who make excuses. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Truth will ultimately prevail where pains is taken to bring it to light. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those be well tried before you give them your confidence. We must consult our means rather than our wishes. We must consult our means rather than our wishes. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind, than on the externals in the world. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Be not glad at the misfortune of another, though he may be your enemy. Associate yourself with men of good quality if you esteem your own reputation, for it is better to be alone than in bad company. I conceive a knowledge of books as the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. It is absolutely necessary for me to have persons that can think for me, as well as execute orders. Make sure you are doing what God wants you to do, then do it with all your strength. Those who have committed no faults want no pardon. We are only defending what we deem our indisputable rights. The time is near at hand which must determine whether Americans are to be free men or slaves. Individuals entering into society must give up a share of liberty to preserve the rest. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. The basis of our political systems is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government. One of the expedients of party to acquire influence, within particular districts, is to misrepresent the opinions and aims of other districts. The great mass of our citizens require only to understand matters rightly, to form right decisions. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. Lenience will operate with greater force, in some instances, than rigor. It is therefore my first wish to have all of my conduct distinguished by it. I hold the maxim no less applicable to public than to private affairs, that honesty is always the best policy. Much was to be done by prudence, much by conciliation, much by firmness. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. Religious controversies are always productive of more acrimony and irreconcilable hatreds than those which spring from any other cause. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone. There is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet the enemy. A sensible woman can never be happy with a fool.